Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to you. So I'm your tutor for the day. My name is Dushmi ma'am, and today we are going to start with a great poem. So as you can see on the screen, we have a poem by Adrienne Rich and Jennifer's Tigers. Okay, so this is a very interesting poem written by Adrienne Rich. Now, before discussing the poem, let's do one thing. Let us learn a little bit about Adrienne Rich, who she was, and what are the work she have done basically, and how does it impact the society as a whole? Okay, so Adrienne Rich, she is a very famous poet, a theorist who rose to eminence in the half of 20th century, right? She's someone who fought for the rights of women and the injustice, the racism that was there in America at the time. So like if you look not only this poem, some other poems for her, you can see how strongly she stands for her rights, maybe women's right, and how strong she is, very vocal for the rights of women, and how what we can say, she's opposed to this very idea of male dominance over the women. Okay, so now as we can see in the poem, and as we move ahead, as we read the poem, this idea will be more clear, and we will also definitely understand what is she trying to uh, give a message to the society. What kind of message is she trying to give? Okay, so without further delay, let's start with the poem. I hope you'll enjoy. Come, let's start. Okay, so I'll start by reading the poem. Okay, you just pay attention, and after that I'll explain line by line to you, right? Okay, great. So the poem's name, as we have already discussed, and Jennifer's Tigers, written by Adrienne Rich. And Jennifer's Tigers prance across the screen, bright topaz, denizens of world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Very beautiful, right? Slide? Yes. Let's continue. And Jennifer's finger fluttering through her wool, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ring with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Okay, so such a beautiful poem. Now let us try to understand the poem in a very simple language that will be clear to every one of us, right? Okay. So now Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across the screen. Now here in this poem, you can understand that there are no real tigers. Like she's not trying to write or discuss about the tiger or about tigers in a poem. This tigers is a what we can say symbolism. It implies strength, the courage. You know how tigers are. They are fearless. They are not scared of anyone. They are just like what to say. They are so courageous. So now Aunt Jennifer, what she does, maybe on a screen or in a piece of cloth, she's trying to draw or she's trying to embroider tigers, right? Who's prancing across the screen like in a very courageous way they are doing. Now they look bright topaz denizens of a world of green. Topaz, it's like a very precious stone which is very brightly colored and yellow. And we know the color of the tigers, right? They are very bright and shiny, right? And denizens of a world of green. Denizens, like they live in the forest, right? Where everything is green, full of trees, right? So that means there are tigers who is in a jungle, right? They do not fear the man beneath the tree. And so courageous these tigers, they are not scared and afraid of any situation or any people that will be there in the jungle. They are, fearless. They are in their own world. They're majestic. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Now, what does sleek, chivalric certainty mean? Okay, that's awesome, right? Sleek, they're so graceful, they're so elegant, right? Chivalry, it means brave and courageous. They are like, damn courageous. They are very courageous. They are not scared and afraid of anyone or anything, right? So in the first paragraph, we understand that Adrienne Rich, she's trying to portray what we can say the tigers, the majesty or the nature of tigers, how fearless they are, how courageous they are. They are not scared of anyone, the kind of boldness they have, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Now, Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. So what was Aunt Jennifer doing? She was doing something with the wool. Maybe she was doing some kind of embroidery, and her fingers are fluttering. Now, what does flutter means? It means your hands are shaking. Now, when does our hand shake, or like, when we are very nervous, when we are scared, we are not that confident. So now she's doing her embroidery and she is shaking because there is maybe some kind of external fear which is there on her head, or maybe she's scared of something, or something is trying to impact her in some way, maybe negative, like whatever. Yeah, it now find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Like I was telling you, she was doing embroidery. Now while she was doing it, her hand was shaking. She was not even to take the small needle in her hand properly because she was constantly in fear. Maybe something was pressurizing her, something was not going okay with her life, right? So because of that, so she was very timid. She did not have the courage to move ahead. Okay. Now, the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now, what happened? Like we all know, she had the marriage ring on her hand. Okay. And now what happens? It's like a gift that, when you get married, your partner or your life partner gives to you. But instead of being a beautiful gift, kind of assurance, that ring is giving her more pressure. She is burdened under that pressure. So we can imply that maybe she was not very happy with her married life. Maybe her husband was some kind of torturing her, something maybe that was not correct between them, and maybe he was constantly pressurizing her, or like she's very scared, right? So that is what, even when she's doing something which she really likes, maybe she's scared. That means maybe her husband is not approving of what she's doing, right? Yeah. Okay, so till this part, I hope everything is clear. Yeah, great, awesome. Let's move to the last part. Yeah. Now, when aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ring with orders she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Now said, even when that Aunt Jennifer will die, she'll have this ring. Or even when her husband is no longer, or he expired, or something happens, like that ring will still be there to give her pressure. Okay, and she'll ring with ordeal she was mastered by. Ordeals, like tasks which a woman is expected to do after a marriage, like you have to do stuff. Okay, and she will be expected of that lady, not only her, every woman, that after marriage a certain set of responsibilities you have to do it, like it's mandatory for everyone. You have to cook, and you have to clean and do stuff like this. And every time you see a married woman, you will understand that she's going through this, right? Okay, so even after she dies, she'll have that kind of pressure every time from the society, right? Now, but the tigers in the panel that she had made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. Such a beautiful line, right? So, but the tiger she has made, they will be prancing, they will be proud, that they will be unafraid. So by this we can understand that Aunt Jennifer also maybe wants to live her life on her own terms and conditions. She wants to be fearless like a tiger. She wants to go free. She wants to do whatever pleases her, or whatever she wants to do from her heart. Leaving aside the responsibility, she wants to do stuff which she is really fond of. Like maybe, for example, we can take the embroidery thing, right? So that is what. But at that time, the society was such that women were expected to do a set of things. Now, by this poem, the poetess Adrienne Rich, she tries to tell us that women should be fearless, like the tiger. They should have their own terms, own conditions to live upon. They cannot be constantly pressurized by the society to do a set of things, or like nobody can predetermine what a woman has to do. Okay, so by this poet, she tries to convey a message to the society, to all the women, that try to be fearless, try to go ahead, achieve your dreams and your target. You don't have to be afraid or scared of the society. There will be pressure, right? There will be burden, like we know. And also we'll have a set of responsibilities which everyone of us has to do. but still you should be fearless. You should not be scared of anything or anyone, right? So that is what. So now time to take up some questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me. So I would like to discuss meanings of few important words. So here prance means to spring across, like, you just come, like how tigers do, that's it. Then topaz, like I said, like it's a beautiful precious stone which is very yellow in color, right? Chivalric here means very courageous. Pace is like how fast or slow you speak or you walk, like the speed of something, right? Now fluttering, it means kind of flying or kind of shaking, like how the pigeons flutter when you leave them or you touch them, just a flutter like this one, right? Ivory is a kind of the teeth that elephant has, white thing. It's made of that, right? The massive means something which is very huge, right? A wedding band means the wedding ring, like I said. And that are terrified hands, terrified, scared hands, shaking hands. Ring with ordeals. Ordeals are like rules or something which you have to do, something which is mandatory. Mastered means something you are very, very good at, right? And panel that she made means something, maybe she was making it on a piece of cloth or maybe on the some kind of glass designs or something. So that, yeah. Prancing, proud and afraid. Prancing, I just told you, to move ahead with full force. Yeah, so this, I hope the poem is clear to you. I hope you enjoyed the poem. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.